9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right. 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Spring is here and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you ready to take your seeding season to the next level? Now's your chance with Landmark Implement's early order program. Don't miss out on the best deals of the season on new John Deere air seeders and drills, including the N500C Central Commodity System. Experience the ease of operation with the new N500C's intuitive design, simplifying your seeding process and saving you valuable time in the field. Lock in the largest cash discount, snag the best financing rate, and ensure availability on a new drill. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Koppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APR starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take, but it gave my mom and me more time to plan together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weekends. This is The Breeze. On time, as always, we got Haas to Breezy streaming in, the host, and then, of course, DP in studio with me to my left. Plenty to talk about. Haas, I'm not sure if you saw the topic notes I sent you, but it is your show. I will let you start anywhere you want to. Hold on 1 second here. We had the. There we go. Okay, go ahead and repeat yourself.
What's up?
Hoss, I have to, in full disclosure, I'm grateful. I'm grateful today. I try to be grateful every day. The days that it lands, I have to say I'm grateful that we exist in a space where you and I could have this conversation today from Lincoln, Nebraska, with people from all over the country listening to us. And we have the responsibility and accountability of giving them something good to consume on a Sunday. Sundays are for good consumption. And I love the fact that we get to do this. So I just want to say that to you, brother. Appreciate you. You know I love you, and that is a statement of fact.
Appreciate you too. Love you too. Love everything you do for everyone. Love Prince, changing one person at a time by speaking the language of love. With that said, what do you want to talk about today, DP?
What do y'all want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk about the Nuggets and Lakers, but I don't think Haas wants to go down that road.
Oh, I think that should be the starting place. I think that should be the starting place, 100%.
So, if you were the Lakers, should you have tanked and lost to the Pelicans first and foremost?
No.
100% agree.
No tanking.
No tanking.
No tanking. Like pulling the Tom Hanks. There's no tanking in Lakers basketball. No, that's a hard no. That I don't even understand that question. Because well,
the Cavs did it. They tanked their. I don't agree with it, but the Cavs did it so they could play the Magic round one. They intentionally tanked.
Okay, so here's the thing: the Orlando Magic is not in the same stratosphere as the Los Angeles Lakers. Donovan Mitchell is the best player on the Cavs, who will not be a Cleveland Cavalier next year.
Let's go Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, and of course New York has him in their sights. Yeah, so does everybody else because he's Donovan.
He's not a Wildcat. Sorry, he's not going to New York.
Yeah, I mean, well, but he has connections to it.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of the thing, right? But there are people who, first of all, you have to identify the people who are having that, who put that stuff in the space. Those are not champion people in champion space. They're not. Then add to that you're asking one of the greatest players to ever exist to tank. You're asking two of the greatest 100 to ever do it to tank. So, to all of those people, I laugh and say, good try. Not happening. Not happening.
That's funny. So we were up 8-0 in our soccer game against a friend, and I really, really did not want to score more than 6 goals on them. And you're allowed an extra player once it's 3-0, and you're allowed another player when you're up 6 goals. So we're playing 9-on-7, and I would create opportunities to allow them to score.
Mm-hmm.
And our competitive players are like, you mean what? I can't cross the midfield line and go back on defense?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nope. And they're so competitive, and they're like, but I must stop the ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Listen, here's the thing. Champions play in a level. People think that it must be all dog all the time. No, but champions require that you have an understanding of people with less talent and less situation and circumstance than you, right? Because there are players on your bench that aren't as talented as you are. They don't work as hard as you do. And it's your job to elevate them and lift them up. That's what a part of the championship core is, your ability to elevate and lift up the people around you. Well, in that case, that rule is set not for participation parity.
Mm-hmm.
It is an opportunity for you to learn that, you know what, as you go forward in the game, you will reach a point where you're not the 8, you're the O. Because the time's coming when you're not the one.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the favorite. You're not the best. You're not. And if you don't have it in you an understanding of what it is to be on that other side, it's because somebody did not put it there, and shame on them. Like it's just not a thing. Like this is, I'm good on you, Haas, for activating that midline, because there are coaches that would not have, and there are parents that would not have. And then now finish them, finish them. But the news flash is they're finished. Now it's teaching time. Like the competition is over. Sometimes the playing field is the classroom, and that's what it was. So well done, Haas Tabrizi.
They got to score a goal from it. 9-1 was the final score, and guess what? They were so excited they scored their first goal of the season. So everyone went home with orange slices and smiles and all that. So
I need to get to the text line. So and we'll do this thing, right? So from the text line, it says, and it let me say, I won't even read the text because it means you haven't been listening this morning.
It's not a great take.
Here's the thing. Texters 402-464-5685.
The starter Heyman text line.
Yeah, get him
plug,
Tabrizi.
good plug.
Get him Tabrizi. Get him. In measuring people, players, etc., that there's certain people through accomplishment have achieved a thing that most of us, 99.999% of us, have never achieved. And it's kind of silly sometimes that we want to take shots at those people, but okay, I get it, right? I'm not the world's biggest LeBron James fan. In that, I'm a huge fan of the man, and I am a huge fan of the player. I am not a huge fan of his army of fans telling me he's the greatest basketball player to ever exist without having knowledge of all the players who ever existed.
I'm right there with you.
Right? Like so in attacking great players, be careful. It's not necessary. It's not logical.
Well, I always think about LeBron too. You can be upset about the flopping, but you can let it get SGA. You can look at Luka. If you're really going to be frustrated, you got to be more mad at the refs for giving them the fouls all the time. If that's really what your beef is.
Yeah.
But he's a great family man. Like that matters. Like he gives a lot back to his former communities. He still gives to that school a lot. Like everything he does outside of the basketball world, you know, maybe some of it's motivated by money, but how much have you donated to a lot of those causes that he's putting back in to those communities? So yeah, you can pick apart the flopping if that annoys you, but again, that's just the league.
And one, it doesn't serve any great purpose. I mean,
not going to change it.
Here's what I would ask. And I had to reassess this when it came to Caitlin Clark. That I have mad respect for her work, her work ethic. I have elite respect for her skill set. I had some issue with what I thought were personality profiles. But most importantly, it's people jumping in line to protect the thing that they don't know or understand. Right? So I'm trying to make sure that I correct myself. So when I speak about texters texting, I'm using that as a measure of teaching myself and reminding myself that I have to be better at not criticizing great people for things that they aren't accountable or beholden to.
Yeah, fair. Like I'm not
Gunter. Like I have to not be mad at Anthony Davis for not being the best big man and for not utilizing his skills in the way that Joker does. I have to not be Haas. Here's a tangent. Here's one for you. I don't know who the second best player on the number one team in the NBA West is. I don't know who the number
Jamal
two.
Murray.
I do not know who the number 2 and 3 players are on the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah.
I
number
was
one
confused when you
seed-
said best team.
What? No. Hey, the number 1 seed is not Denver.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You don't get to devalue their performance.
Right. It's like when my kids say, "Hey, who's the best wrestler in WWE?" And it's Cody Rhodes. He's the champ.
Champ.
Now with that argument, Denver's a champ, so then they're the number 1.
Well, but Paul Heyman can't say reigning, defending. Like that's the thing that matters. But the work put in this year's version, right? That if you ask the wrestler of the year, different question. Cody Rhodes is the wrestler of the year. Reigning, defending, I don't know. It's still Roman Reigns, and folks will get mad about it. But hey, that's a statement of truth. I also don't know.
Dwayne.
I don't know how the Boston Celtics are as good as they are. I have zero understanding for how the Boston Celtics are the best team in the NBA.
Being in the playoffs yet.
Okay, right. Those are all. Those are all fair. Like,
what did he say?
I said being in the East is a good start.
Oh, and I said it's
you
not
get to play
the
those
playoffs
teams
yet.
more times as opposed to.
Then
like 4 in the
let
West.
me ask the question, Harrison and Haas. Would the Celtics be the number 1 seed in the West?
No,
0
I
chance.
don't think so. I think it'd be close.
Really?
I don't think so.
The Lakers beat them in Boston without LeBron and AD.
Well, I think that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation for Laker fans to try to figure out exactly what this team's going to look like and how you're going to survive next year when
The
those
Lakers play better without LeBron.
I mean,
What?
I can't totally.
The Lakers play better without LeBron. Did I just say that? Yes, they do play better without LeBron. They do. They play defense.
I'm not sure.
No. Without AD, they're terrible. Without LeBron, they are better.
Oh, you're not. They're not this. Listen, they're not a playoff team without LeBron. They'd be
Peak
sitting at
LeBron?
home. They'd be
Peak
sitting
LeBron,
home.
Peak LeBron, yes.
They'd be sitting at home right now, Haas. They'd be sitting at home right now without LeBron.
LeBron is not a top 25 player.
What?
He's not a top 25 player. He's
Based
a
on
top
what?
20. He's a top 25 player in spurts.
That's every NBA player. There's not one complete 24, 48-minute dude in the NBA. They don't exist.
We're also using 8 games as the total LeBron missed this season, so it's a very small sample size.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. You just tell me that give me 24 players better than LeBron James right now.
It bothers me so much. Hold on. Let me explain my reasoning.
Get it.
Go to the Wizards game.
Uh-huh.
Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell my kids to not watch LeBron on defense because I don't want you to pick up that work ethic.
That's not fair.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. So let me go here. Go here with me. This is insanity. This is pure insanity. That LeBron James is still to this day asked to do more on a basketball court for his team than anybody in the NBA.
Kobe Bryant in his grave would play better defense than LeBron.
I said today. Are you not listening?
Nope.
And if you want to attack defense, you got to talk about D'Angelo Russell, not LeBron James.
No,
D'Angelo Russell doesn't play defense. He doesn't know what D is. Okay.
Hosta Breezy, listen. LeBron has the ball in his hand more than any player in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Fact or not fact? He has to do more for his team with the ball in his hand.
Fact.
Than any player in the NBA. Stop it.
Luka?
Stop. No. You want to talk defenders, not defenders. Luka's at the top of the list. You know why? Because his usage is off the charts.
That part.
Listen, the dudes who defend on defense don't have the ball. They don't have to run the offense. They don't have to crash the boards. They don't have to block shots. They don't. That's the game that exists right now, bruh. That's the game. Listen, there was a time when the best defender on the floor was Bill Russell. Why do we not include him in the great conversation? Because he was the best defender and not the best scorer.
I'm always back that guy up.
We could go through. Listen,
Holmgren.
Stop it.
No, you get disrespected like crazy.
Holmgren, Giddy, Dort.
You couldn't identify Holmgren if he walked in the station right now. Stop it.
I was going back to the original question.
Stop it. Here's the thing. You could take 3 of the members of the starting 5 of the number 1 team in the NBA. They could walk in this studio if they were in jeans and t-shirts. We would know they're basketball players. We would not know.
We only know Giddy for one reason.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like that's the point. That the burden of what is asked of LeBron James, it's the same thing we talked about with Adrian Martinez here at quarterback at Nebraska. He was asked to do so much and took such a beating that he would ease up for a minute and the ball would end up on the turf. You know why? Because he had carried it 22 times before that, and he was fatigued from having Michigan beat up on him for 36 minutes. Non-athletes make my head hurt. It make my head hurt. Stop it. The idea of what's being asked for LeBron James and the difference between what Joker gets to do, because he gets to float soft corner so that everybody else can have their 2-minute, their 90-second runs of effectiveness. And then when those stop working, then he becomes the facilitator again, and he becomes the stopper on defense that's required in critical moments rather than the massive moments. Joker is defensively elite for 8 minutes a game, but they're always the 2 most critical minutes of the quarter, whenever that is in the quarter. To understand, Kevin Durant is still an elite defender, but he only defends at that level for 7 minutes a game. Why? Because those moments he takes and he allows Bradley Beal to get his moments. He allows point guard to get his minutes, and then you then evaluate that way.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with you. I was just trying to tell you what a Laker fan feels, because if you are,
that's why people don't like Laker fans.
Yeah, I look
hold
at
on,
he had 39 points, shot above 50%.
But Harrison, don't give facts. Harrison, the nerve of don't give Laker fans facts. Stop that. They're not built for it.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Take Jokic
and
LeBron off their teams. Okay. And I'm aware that AD and Jokic play the same position. If you switch the teams and put Jokic on the Lakers and LeBron on Denver, who would be the better team?
Who's the better team now?
Denver.
Yeah.
So who'd be the better team when Jokic and LeBron switch?
You're just switching those 2 players?
Just those 2 players.
I'm still going Denver. Their depth is what killed the Lakers.
They're 25th
you guys really
in bench scoring. They're 25th in bench scoring.
Yeah, but outside, your starting 5 is still really strong compared to the Lakers' starting 5. I know the bench, and it's the playoffs. You're playing your stars most of the minutes. Yes, the bench can have impact numbers.
Who's guarding Jokic and AD?
Who's guarding them now?
Each other.
That's literally here's.
Oh no! Hold on. You're gonna put Aaron Gordon and LeBron on Jokic and AD?
No. First of all, you would rebuild your team.
No, you're not allowed to.
No. Well, see, then you're not having a genuine conversation, an authentic conversation. What I'm asking you is, who's defending? Who in the NBA at a position at the 5 position is defending properly or well AD or Joker? Nobody.
Yeah, and I got proven last night.
No, AD is an elite defender.
Yeah, but he still couldn't stop Jokic. That's the point.
Correct. I agree with that. No.
You're
You can't stop elite players. You can't stop elite players.
You're making my point.
AD plays defense every possession.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's got. You know the defensive range of Anthony Davis from the floor. It's not even his effective level is not even outside of the lane. Inside the lane, he's as effective defensively as any big in the NBA.
No,
From
stop
paint
it.
to paint. From paint
Stop
to paint. If look at his defensive rating if you take him to the top of the key. Look at his stats from the perimeter when you get AD on the perimeter. You know what happens when AD's on the perimeter? It's not listen, in today's NBA, bigs have to defend the perimeter. Correct? Isn't that how Joker's winning MVPs? Because you're asking bigs. You're asking bigs to defend on the perimeter in a league in a time where they do not know how to, nor are defensive set up for it.
What's the 36-year-old coach's name in Oklahoma City?
And then what happens, Haas, when AD is pulled to the wing? What is the Lakers' defensive efficiency? It goes down.
D'Angelo Russell's on the floor, then it's like 0.
Right.
He doesn't play any defense.
You get my so that's really my point. Is that listen, in how folks are attacking and how folks are effective, what really happens in this thing is there are great players who in the greatest moments, that the definition of, for me, in defining and identifying the greatest players in the NBA is what you do during critical moments at your team's greatest need. Your ability to finish games and make the plays that are required for those teams to finish. Now, you give Shai credit because he has somehow managed to control those moments for OKC in critical moments to help them win the most games in the NBA West. You give Jason Tatum same credit for the East because his ability to do this in regular season and then playoff Tatum mode, that in the greatest moments of need, Tatum is the most effective player on both sides of the floor for what Boston needs to succeed. That's how you're evaluating. And if you ask me that, of the 16 teams playing in the NBA playoffs right now, that anybody outside of that does not meet the metric for being able to make plays in critical moments because their team hasn't won enough games to play in the playoff games. So LeBron's in the top 16 of those teams and the top 16 of those players who are asked, demanded, and expected to make critical plays in critical moments and critical possessions.
After the break, we'll go through and figure out what the Lakers need to tweak to have any chance of not getting swept. And then
apparently,
if you really
it's
want
for Joker.
Can we trade for Yo Joker? That'd be great.
We'll throw it the break and find out. Don't go anywhere. The Breeze with Haas and DP.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Tuesday, April 23rd versus the San Diego Mojo at Viejas Arena in San Diego. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 8 p.m. with first serve at 9. Make sure to tune in to the Next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Reminding you to vote for my friend and colleague, Carolyn Bozin. Carolyn Bozin is a strong voice for Lincoln, who we need representing us in the legislature. Carolyn Bozin voted for historic funding for education to support our schools and for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history. Carolyn Bozin is the voice we need representing us in the legislature. This is Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon. Join me in supporting Carolyn Bozin for legislature on May 14th.
Paid for by Bozin for legislature.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at gohogwild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Hi, I'm Senator Bill Ballard. I was
Cornhusker
born and
Highway
raised
in
in
Lincoln.
Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest task and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history, and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bill Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping our budget in mind. We try to maximize things that are important.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
So we really try to maximize the size because 5 years from now, you can't just
fulfilling
make your
lives for
house.
those that they serve. Now they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the enrollment fee. The next challenge begins on March 23rd. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of March, take advantage of fixed-rate financing as low as 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeding inventory online at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into The Breeze. Again, this is DP, Harrison, Haas, all in here. And again, we got Royals on the airwaves now. They got the Orioles today. So if you want to continue following the show, if you're probably listening, you're already there. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, Channel 961. The Starter Heyman text line will still be open, 402-464-5685. And again, be sure to go ahead and leave your comments as you will. We are still live. DP, I'll have to check out your headset why you're not getting audio through there. But Haas, can you still hear us okay?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. So we're set there. But done. Haas to Breezy, your show. Where do you want to go with it? I know we finished up with the Lakers. I did look it up. Couldn't find the perimeter ratings, but Jokic actually sits 3 and 80s at 8 in defensive rating.
Good for Jokic.
No, it kind of surprised me.
Well, that was the point, but okay. Yeah.
Good for Jokic.
Yeah. He mad.
So, I ain't mad. They're the 7th seed for a reason. And they're a couple minutes away from not being in the playoffs for a reason. So, and they're a hamstring away from not being in the playoffs. So there's a reason for all those things.
Yeah. Facts, sir. Facts.
Gabe Vincent being hurt all year hurt a lot. Vanderbilt being hurt hurts a lot. So what can the Lakers do with the hand that they have? It's not bringing Bronny and subbing him in, because they can't do that. And first of all, he had 5 points a game at USC, so it's not going to help. So what can they do to turn around and win a game and not get swept again? So first of all, they have to start Gabe Vincent. They have to start Gabe Vincent. And the reason for that is if you could slow down Murray a little bit. You can't, first of all, before everyone jumps on what I say, you can't stop superstars in the NBA. You just can't stop them. There's no way to stop them. You just have to make their life a little more difficult so that they have one more missed shot, one more turnover. They're still going to get all the points and assists they want. But in the NBA, you must make it a little more difficult, add more friction, in the words of DP, so that you just get one more possession. Because in tennis, it's just 1 point, the difference between winning a set and losing a set. It's just 1 point. In the NBA, it's just 1 point. It's just one box out, one turnover, one missed shot. So how do you get that? Well, D'Angelo Russell plays zero defense. I understand you're putting him on KCP. But if you have Austin Reeves on KCP and you have Gabe Vincent on Murray, Austin Reeves might be able to help a little bit more because he's such a great help defender. And then with that, the bench becomes better because the Lakers have no scoring off the bench. So now D'Angelo Russell can come score. Okay, I understand he started for most of the year, and that's because Gabe Vincent was hurt. Gabe Vincent was hurt, so they needed someone to start at point guard. Well, now he's not hurt. Bench Russell.
All right, I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm trying to understand how a guy who took 1.5 shots, took 4.5 shots a game, shooting 10% from 3-point line, is going to come in and change the impact, whatever you get defensively. Let's say he's a lockdown defender. Let's say he cuts points per game by his opponent in half. That's lockdown, cutting in half. All right. Where do you make up the offensive vacuum that now exists with a shooter that doesn't produce, can't shoot, and allows another half defender to defend? So you've got 4.5 defenders on your 4 best Laker offensive players.
So first of all, Gabe Vincent in the playoffs last year earned himself the contract he got because of how well he played all throughout the playoffs. So last year, I think in the playoffs, he had like 12 points a game, and he probably shot over 35% from 3 while being an elite defender. So knowing that, I'm aware he was injured, and that's the reason why they eased him back into the season in April, because they know they needed him. I'm not saying bench Russell completely. The Lakers need offense in the second quarter. They need offense late in the first quarter. They need offense late in the third quarter. So change your minutes just a little bit so that he can become a Malik Monk type player for the Lakers and just be a microwave and score, because they have the 20-0 run that Denver went on in the third quarter that changed the game. It's twofold. To go on a 20-0 run, that means you got a lot of stops and you got a lot of easy buckets. Well, if the Lakers had more offense on the court at that time, then they wouldn't have had all those stops. So I just want the minutes changed around.
But I'm unsure about Vincent. I think last season you're right, but he has looked different, and his defensive rating is actually even worse than D'Angelo Russell. And a lot of that, I do think you're right, is slow coming back from injury. That's a massive role to throw him into, especially when he hasn't looked still even close to what he did in the playoffs last year.
The way he played in the play-in game, I disagree with both of you. But It's okay.
Well,
Played well in the playing game.
here's where I am. You're talking about playing against the reigning, defending NBA champions and the reigning defending MVP. Role players on that team that allowed those accomplishments to happen, for them to be in that place for 3 years now, maybe 4, where they've been playing at that level and achieving at that level. So what's required is for best players to simply be best players. This will not be won by player number 5 or 6 on the Lakers. What has to happen is that players 1 and 2 get player 3 to play at a level that he has not played at consistently, and that player 4 is often the best player on the floor. That's how you beat great teams. That's what that is. So if you tell me that Austin Reeves at any point can't make plays that nobody else on the floor is making, the Lakers have no chance of beating the Denver Nuggets. Period. Like, that's been proven over the year. If AD and LeBron aren't playing at their elite levels for extended critical moments in the game. Now, again, you want it across the whole map of the game, but the reality is, for 40-plus-year-old and injury-prone, you cannot expect for them to play 42 minutes of apex 1A basketball against the Denver Nuggets. That's the real dilemma in this thing. And no magic wand takes years off LeBron or stabilizes Anthony Davis's joints or helps Austin Reeves gain 3 inches of height and length in the next 48 hours.
Reeves needs to attack it more. How do you feel about it? Because I just watching Austin Reeves not even looking to score a lot of the times, especially when D'Angelo Russell, I mean, he's got to be your X factor. And that's, I guess, probably more why I'm against trying to sit him down. I know what you're saying, switch up the minutes. But if you're going to win, you're going to need, like what KCP was for the Denver Nuggets, what Michael Porter Jr. can be fit. You're going to need that 3rd or 4th guy. And as much as Vincent, they play in game, if that's your point, and good defense, you're still going to need offense. And one of those guys has to step up. It can't just be LeBron, AD all series, or you'll have another sweep on your hands.
You guys are proving my point. You guys are saying what I want. You guys are saying exactly what I want. Austin Reeves needs to score more. Well, guess what happens when Gabe Vincent comes on the court with Rui, Austin Reeves, LeBron, and AD? LeBron and AD are going to be like, dude, it's your turn. 9 for 20 is off the floor. He's not jacking up shots anymore. You start shooting. Hey, Rui, you start shooting 4 shots last game. You start shooting because we need to get a 4th scorer on the court. So that's my point, is if you addition by subtraction will allow the Lakers to gel better, to get higher percentage shots. Because Austin Reeves doesn't take bad shots. Rui doesn't take bad shots. So if you take a bad shot player off the court, allow him to be a volume shooter when you need more volume shooting, then the Lakers will be more productive.
Okay. Well, I'm rooting for you, bro. I really. Here's what's funny. So, Austin, can you figure out how many playoff games there are?
Yeah, like throughout the total, like each
in total. Because I landed on the 50-50 theory.
You want to add the play in or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 50-50, Haas, here's the 50-50 theory. That 50% of basketball fans will watch 50% of the playoff games and watch 50% of those playoff games until conference finals, which means a lot of it's education, a lot of it is disconnect, and that 50% of the people watching don't have a preference between who wins more than 50% of the time. So for every series that's in play, half the people will root for the Lakers, half will root for the Nuggets, half will root for the Knicks, half will root for the Sixers. That's just how it works, especially outside of that market. Half the people will watch half of the games that exist, no matter who's playing. And then, because in this day and age, you don't watch full games.
Mm-hmm.
You have an eye to other things and you move in a number. So what's the number?
So give or take, if we're assuming they're all going to go to 7 games, you're going to be at 116, but it's not going to be anywhere that high. So I'm going to say it's probably safe to go ahead and
say 100. You say 100 because 16 will be eliminated before the final.
That's throwing in the play-in games as a potential for some teams having to play, a couple. So give or take, subtract 20, subtract 10, you're going to be looking around anywhere 90 to 100 playoff games.
Right. So those 100 games that we will watch half of those games. You will watch half of those games. And that's your understanding of basketball during the playoffs. And it's not until it becomes a smaller pool, smaller window, greater talent, do you watch it in full. Because you're not possibly able to consume. So we will learn the 4 best teams at the greatest level and greatest percentage because we will see the most of them over the course of the playoffs. And even as a basketball fanatic, I will only watch half of these 100 games.
Yeah, I mean, if you were watching Knicks and 76ers, you couldn't watch most of all the entire game because it bled all the way through the first quarter.
Right? So, Haas, what percentage of the rest of NBA basketball playoffs, removing, so again, if 116 the number and you say, let's give 16 to the Lakers, remove the Lakers from it, and their 16 is 100 playoff games. How many of those games are you watching?
See, that's not fair. If you say remove the team that I watch, it just goes down significantly.
Right. But that's my point. Most fans have a team that will drive them to watch NBA games or not. Like there are people who don't watch at all. So they're full into the spectrum, right? There are people at the ends of the spectrum who watch all of their team. There are people that watch some of their teams. There are people that don't watch anybody's team. No matter who's playing, they're not going to watch. And there are people that will watch or try to watch all of everything. We focus on what we focus on. And then we miss because we're focused on the Lakers for 16 games. You're going to miss the Thunder. You're going to miss the Magic. You're going to miss, right? You're going to miss things. And then if they continue to play and continue to win into that premium space, then we get to see more of them more often. And we become smarter about those 4 teams, leaving out the fact that there are still 28 teams that we know half about.
I can't name anyone on the Detroit Pistons.
Right. Like, seriously, here's the reality. We're fanatics and we can't.
To be fair, I don't even know if Pistons fans can because they might have tuned out after week 1 and forgot a lot of those
teams.
They
know because they begged for these players to be drafted for the last 4 years. Like they invested a lot of money in buying. First of all, if you're a Pistons fan, whose jersey are you wearing?
Ivy?
Cunningham? Yeah, you maybe take Ivy. Cunningham, maybe.
Lambeer?
I would already maybe you're thinking about getting a Monty Williams jersey, but that's been a disaster. So.
Right, like that's
Grant
where
Hill.
we're right, like that's where we're at. That's where we're at.
The green turquoise Grant Hill jersey.
So, right, and if you're, I don't know what you're not. If you're a Thunder fan, you're still wearing Durant, Westbrook, like
because they're all so young.
Like Shai's got you now, and I would imagine that in any building I don't know who. I think that Utah is watching Shooter, so that makes sense. But they've lost a lot of other players, so that certainly makes sense. There are teams in organization like Zion Ingram, carry New Orleans. I'm trying to think of Cleveland, of course, is Donovan Mitchell. But if you're not wearing a Donovan Mitchell, what are you wearing in Cleveland?
Yeah, there probably is a lot of if they didn't burn him after the first exit.
There's
but he got them the one.
Right, which is hilarious to me. Orlando, who are you wearing?
I mean, you probably can get a Banchero jersey. I think it's safe to say if you were hyped on it.
Grant Hill.
Shaq. Penny.
Is everybody in New York wearing a Brunson jersey?
They should be.
Probably a lot of Carmelo Anthony jersey still, I bet.
Jeremy Lin.
We know from Rico. Yeah, we know from Rico, in fact. That
Jeremy Lin.
Pacers.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
And I would definitely wear a Halliburton jersey.
I was gonna say if you're into it and you bought the Halliburton jersey, but otherwise you're probably going Reggie Miller on that.
I'd still be wearing the George McGinnis. I'm old school.
I might get a Roy Hibbert jersey.
Yeah, Indiana. Caitlin Clark.
World peace, baby.
Right, and right, like it's a thing. I'm not sure, right, that Haas, maybe you're the wrong person to ask, but I'm going to ask you anyway. If you're a Celtics fan, whose jersey are you wearing?
Something that says Muck Boston on the back.
Well, you can't do that. So what else are you wearing? What else are you wearing?
Larry Bird. Or
Right.
Tatum.
Over Tatum.
Larry Bird or Tatum.
Only one. Only one, and right now.
Right now it's Tatum.
I'm still rocking the Bird.
Depends on my age. Obviously, like if I'm wearing jerseys, I'm gonna wear a Magic jersey, a Kobe jersey.
Well,
Depends
that's
on my
why
age.
I'm asking this, right? Harrison.
Oh no,
So-
Larry Bird. Larry Bird. That's
I'm going
Larry
Bird.
Bird.
Give me the Bird
Larry
jersey.
You watching Zoe, D Wade, Jimmy Butler.
Never would have gonna buy the
D-Wade.
Lamont jersey, so I'd probably be rocking a D Wade jersey.
D Wade.
D Wade's still underappreciated, I think, for how good he was on the
He's
man.
so much
Heat.
cooler.
Clippers.
Blake Griffin.
I
Ross?
can't name anyone in the Clippers history. They've won 0 championships.
Oh, look at you. Such a hater. Such a hater.
Chris
Couple
Paul.
haters.
Chris Paul.
Couple haters. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I would have, like, I happen to have a Bill Walton Clippers jersey.
Oh, that's clean.
Right. This, and that's, hey, that's not LA. That's San Diego. That's,
I would
that's
go.
a
I
good-
would wear Kawhi.
That's a good looking jersey.
I wouldn't
yeah.
buy a PG jersey because he's leaving. I would go
Here's
Kawhi.
the thing. Here are you. Now, here's one that matters. Milwaukee.
Obviously Giannis. And I know. You can go Alcindor. I know
You better
Alcindor,
go Alcindor.
But I'm going Giannis.
Side by side on a table. You get to take one home.
I think Giannis might be leaving, so I'm taking the other. Give me Alcindor.
What Haas? They're side by side on the table. You get to take one of them home.
That's not like obviously you want to collect the Alcindor one.
But that's
You
why
just-
we're having the conversation.
It's just most people would, if you're a Bucks fan, you're going to be wearing a Giannis jersey. But side on a table, I'm grabbing the Alcindor jersey.
Yeah, like I think that's fair.
Who would you wear?
I'll
for
even take a Lillard jersey
For who?
over
the
over-
Raptors, because you could go with the guy who
Carter.
finally got you a
Vince,
ring.
Vince Carter.
You're still going
Has to
Vince
be
Carter.
Vince
Vince Carter. It's
Okay.
Vince Carter, and it's not.
Well, especially if it's the retro jersey. I mean, that just looks way cooler.
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. The actual
the Raptor on the
dinosaur.
front.
Yeah, the actual
Mhm.
dinosaur on there. Like Sixers.
Iverson. Come on.
Nope.
Come on. Not
Nope.
not Dr. J. Iverson, man.
Oh, I'm gonna say
Bruh!
Dr. J. Give me Dr. J. That's the coolest.
You
fast
put him
one.
side by side in Philly, and the line for Dr. J, Julius Irving. That announcer was the best. It was the best. The six. Look, if you want to get me hyped, go find the Sixers starting lineup intro announcers from the 70s
See if I can do it real quick.
with Julius Irving. I want to say is that Bob Zinkoff is I believe the Haas is, and that in Zinkoff the guy that announced at the old Spectrum. I think that was his name. That was there. And I still am not sure that we've landed on Haas. There's only 2 left. Knicks.
Mia's birthday's in 3 days.
Ah.
One of her presents.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. For those of
Uh-huh.
you listening at home, I'm holding an
Uh-huh.
Allen Iverson shoebox.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm listen. But if you said Georgetown, I would say
John Thompson jersey.
well, it's Patrick Ewing. It's Patrick Ewing because it's the same as the Lakers, right? The same as the Knicks, right? That I'm trying to make. That's a good looking shoe, by the way. That's a great looking shoe. Lakers,
The little
Haas,
girl.
Haas,
The little girl.
Haas. They're all side by side. Lakers.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
And to complicate it, there's a number 8 and a number 24, but you cannot have both.
Hold on. We'll go like this. Hold up.
Right? Harrison, Lakers.
Kobe. I'm gonna
Which
grab-
number?
Give me. That's always a tough one. I can't even decide when I was going for my own jersey. Give me 24. It's a testament to how he just absolutely kept his career going. Finds
Yeah.
Pau Gasol, and he's like, I don't need Shaq. I
Yeah.
can do it
Oh, he
myself.
went and got the GOAT. He went and got Jerry West.
The logo.
He went and got Haas forgets we're on radio.
We're not on radio. It's a Royals game.
It's a stream. People are listening on the app. They're only listening.
You got a microphone. You could say what I held up.
Yeah, it's the Jerry West. He's got the logo guy up there. So
now it's Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what, but if you could only keep one, will you keep the Magic because he signed it for you? So Harrison,
I think if it's one, it's this jersey that DP got me. Hold up.
Yeah.
Which one was he holding up here? What are we going? I think I might have found the Dr. J thing. We might
Let's
have to
go.
scrub
Let's
through
go.
it, but
Let's go.
Let's go ahead and give it a run
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Make sure I got this one unmuted.
Let's see.
Best intros, bad music.
I love this. I love it.
Hopefully our listeners can hear it because I can't.
Oh, they can hear it.
I love this so much.
We'll wrap up when we get to Dr. J. So I gotta hear it.
Joe! Turn this up. That is so good. That is so good. Oh, I love that so much. One of these Sundays, so we have to go and get Detroit Pistons starting lineup.
Detroit basketball.
Bad boys, I got all that.
From in the middle. From Virginia University.
Why did we stop talking like that? I'll never understand.
Because they started losing. That's it was great entertainment when you're winning. When you start getting your butt kicked, it ain't fun at all. The Lakers had a really good announcer. The Knicks back in the day, Pistons, 76ers. I'm trying to think who else. Seattle. The old Supersonics had a really
Kemp jersey.
Yeah, the Kemp.
Oh, that's a good call.
The Kemp, or the Jack Sigma.
I'm or the glove.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Yeah,
I know we're going off, but
yeah,
the snake skin Black Mamba jersey
is
I
the
was
GOAT.
only allowed to pick one jersey.
It's the
probably
GOAT.
jersey you should wear.
It's the GOAT.
That's got to be the best alternate
It's the GOAT.
there ever was.
Yeah, that's
by
the GOAT.
far. I think that's a good spot to wrap up.
Yep.
So with that being said, this is the end of the breeze, but we will still be streaming shows here on Ticket Weekend, so don't go anywhere. We'll keep the shows rolling. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.